All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Jon Clayton, your Layton Chiropractor here in Utah. So what we're going to be doing here at Supra Chiropractic is showing you when we'll do the muscle scraping on patients, how you can replicate that and do that at home. So first thing we want to start off with is when I do this muscle scraping on my forearm today, the flexor portion of that forearm, and I kind of wrap around, show you a little bit of that extensor side too. So first off is what do I use as like the oil or emollient for my patients when I work on them. And so you can see kind of here in the corner, my most common one, or I guess the one I find that's most effective is going to be one like this. And so it's more of like a balm almost that you put down, and it kind of like melts a little bit, but it's not too runny. And so you just want to find something that you can use that will help, get the friction to not be too strong on the skin to hurt the skin. And so what I want to do is first apply that emollient from my tool. I'm using a tool that looks like this today. So I want to apply the emollient basically to the area that I'm going to be scraping. So once it's applied, then I want to then add some pressure through there. I'm going to be at about like 50% pressure because what I want to do is warm up the area. So we want to warm it up. Once it's kind of warmed up, you start to see some color change through there. So the color change is kind of starting to get a little more red. There's more blood flow kind of getting into the area. So then what I want to do is once it's warmed up, I can start adding more pressure. And then you're going to hear, once we add more pressure, there's some like grit in there. I call it like the sandpaper effect. So you're going to be hearing that grit. So hopefully you can pick that up on the microphone. So I'm adding quite a bit of force when I do that and just applying it and sliding down the skin. So when most areas when I work on them, I'm going to keep the body in a neutral position. I'm not going to be flexing it. I'm not going to be like stretching it. I can just do it right in that same position. If you can't add enough force, let's say it's the hamstrings or something like that, and they're really big muscles or like quads of the legs, then you can put a little bit of a stretch in there to get a little bit deeper, but typically you won't be able to last as long when you're scraping. If it is like in a flexed position, it's gonna be way more painful. And so that's one way to kind of reduce the pain on there when you're doing it for yourself. You just mainly relax that area and then add that force. And then another thing that I get asked is, do you want to do cross fiber? Like, go across the belly rather than with the length of the muscle fibers. And for me, I don't choose to. If anything, it'd be very small. But for the most part, you get just as effective results if you just go with the length of the muscle fibers in the belly. So that's kind of your 101 on scraping. The way that you know you're done scraping for that area is you either see a lot of redness through there, kind of like a bruising effect, and then you can even see these little dots on the skin, little red circles. You do see it in some of the posts that I have on there, or like the post scraping pictures in some of my videos. But those little red dots, the petechiae that forms, that's when I know that the area is done. It's basically, we cooked it too much to an extent. If I go any further, it's going to hurt or cause too much bruising to the patient. And so the whole goal of doing this in the first place is to break down that scar tissue in the area so that we are able to get the best results. As far as like with bodybuilders, we want their scar tissue to be low so that we can get more muscle on them, so we can get more vascularity. They look better on stage. But for the lay person, what we want to do is basically just open up any areas of scar tissue through there, and that way we can increase blood flow. The patient feels better. We help recover from injuries faster as well. So there's a ton of benefits to doing the muscle scraping, and that's why I choose to do it at Supra Chiropractic. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And just like with scraping, we are basically trying to help people through not just chiropractic. Like I always tell people is that, when I work on patients, it's not just to adjust their back and their neck and call it good. So we basically address all the different needs through the entire body. We want to fix all the different issues, whether they're chiropractic or not, right? And so at the end of the day, my goal is to basically help everyone and anyone the best way I can, whether it's through chiropractic or other means such as scraping, or we find them the best person for them, whatever that may be in the medical realm. All right, so I just want to give you guys some bonus content that I don't usually do in my videos. And first off, I want to just kind of report on the scraping, what it feels like. So I only did my left arm, but compared to the right arm, my left arm feels a lot more blood flow through it, and it feels just so much more relaxed. And so that's the benefit of that scraping. I guess I didn't really share that in the video, but I do feel a huge difference. My arm feels so much lighter compared to the one I did not scrape. And so I'll basically have to go back and do the scraping. So with the bonus stuff I want to show you is all the tools that I have. I want to show you a picture of basically like right here of all the tools that I use and that have access to, so I can scrape the entire body for any patient that I have that comes in. And so here's those tools there. And then I wanted to put out some honorable mentions of some of the scraping pictures that I've had throughout this time that I'll be sharing hopefully to Instagram or social media soon. With these pictures, they are going to be pretty intense, but for the most part, the whole premise of why we do this in the first place is to break the body down, break down that scar tissue to then let it rebuild and to heal properly. And so that's the entire point of doing the muscle scraping and chiropractic, and letting people heal truly from their injuries, from the stresses, from things that have happened to them in their life. I hope you guys enjoyed these pictures. They are going to be pretty intense, but it's what I love to do. It's helping people heal and giving them true benefit and giving them their life back. So remember, at Supra Chiropractic, we've got your back and everything else. So thank you guys. Again, I'm Dr. Jon Clayton. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time.